Matt, and we're back today talking about the Chicken Coupe. So we're going to go over the QA1 suspension we just got in and go over some of the features and benefits of this whole suspension package for B-Body. Now this is a full Pro Touring suspension system from QA1 for the B-Body GM full-size chassis. Technically my car is not a B-Body, it's a C-Body. A C-Body is a 10 or 11 inch longer B-Body frame. And you can even see kind of the extensions in the middle of the car, how much longer they are, where they weld them into the front and rear back halves of this car. So like a Caprice wagon, that would be a D-Body, which is a B-Body that's even longer than a C-Body, which I don't know how much longer these cars could get. This thing's already 19 foot long. I can't imagine how long one of those wagons are. But the beauty of the GM chassis DNA is that you can run any kind of B-Body suspension on a C or a D-Body chassis like this. So that's kind of what got us excited about building this car, is that we were able to run some of these awesome aftermarket parts on it. So we'll go over a couple of the features and benefits here for QA1 and show you some of how this stuff works. Grab the camera. So up front we have their tubular control arms. This is the lower control arm. It's got improved geometry designed into it. It's got Delrin bushings. Lower control arm has the coilover mount down here, bump stop, and one of the neat things that QA1 has is their custom ball joints that they make. The QA1 started out as doing heim joints and rod ends, things like that, so they pretty much have the ball joint spherical rod end market pretty much nailed down, and they put all of that into their suspension design. These are their low friction ball joints. Look how easy that moves compared to most ball joints. That eliminates all that suspension bind. They're fully greasable. The upper control arm has a longer stud in it to increase your camber, or to help with camber gains. Has a billet aluminum crossbar. Doesn't have that old junky rubber bushing top end. Over here's the upper control arm, which is pretty much made out of hot garbage compared to QA1. You can see how much better that design is. Even the other thing is the weight savings you get from switching over from the stamped steel to the tubular design as well. Now, up front we're running their coilover conversion. These are 500-pound springs, much smaller than the giant springs I took out of it that nearly killed me. And then we have double adjustable shocks, compression and rebound. You can set this up for a nice ride or for full-on autocross or road course track days, or even drag racing. Out back, now all B-bodies are 4 links. So out back it's a pretty simple swap over to better components. You got a solid or tubular steel lower control arms with sway bar mounts that'll go here. There'll be some aluminum blocks that go there to mount the rear sway bar. You can see the crappy upper control arm, which is a stamped steel rusty piece of junk, to the QA1 adjustable upper control arm. And this will allow you to set your pinion angle where you want it. If you got the car lowered, you can change your pinion angle. Again, it's got their greasable heim joint front end. We have a curry rear end that actually has the same joint built into the curry rear end as well, so it'll be a real nice rear suspension setup. This is also a coilover conversion in the back. So in the back we have, on GM cars like this, the spring and the shock are separate, but this is a combined unit where you got some brackets that go on the axle, and there's a bracket you got to put in the chassis. It just requires a few holes to drill to mount the brackets. Other than that, this is a complete bolt-in suspension system. There's the rear sway bar. That's our Baer Brakes that's going on the kit. You can watch the Baer Brake video in another segment I have coming up, and check that out, and we'll go over all the Baer Brake specs. But let me show you the bracket system on the rear end we have over here. So to do the conversion on the rear requires these brackets. And this is the factory lower shock mount for the Cadillac that's on this Curry 9-inch rear end. Basically, I just had to drill a hole here and one there and use the lower shock mount for this bolt. It all bolts right on. And it allows you some adjustability as well to raise and lower your shocks. So you can get even more adjustability back here on top of the adjustable spring perches. So that's pretty much it for the QA1 system. We're going to be installing it here today, and we'll have some more pictures and write-up on it you can check out on our American Powertrain or lateralg.com. Follow us along at American Powertrain social media and Pro Luxury social media and Lateral G, and you can check out the Chicken Coupe and all the progress we're making on it. See you guys.